Yeah.
We are
I think
live.
we should start our live today by saying happy holidays. It's technically a holiday today, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So
I mean, you can do that because we're live.
I just did that. I just did that
I
because we're
just
live.
did that. Hey guys, today I think we should start by saying happy holidays. And so we're going to do that.
It is official.
It is official. Happy Martin Luther King. Wait, is it Junior or is it OG Martin Luther King?
Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Okay. All right.
According to my Gmail calendar, who keeps me on track with these things.
All right. All right. Because there are people in my sphere who do celebrate OG Martin Luther King as well.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to specify.
Definitely. Yeah.
Carly's on time. I don't, am
Carly's
I on
like, I
here?
am not singing Little Teapot. I am here.
Am I on here? I don't know who you are, Facebook user. You must be commenting through the group because the groups won't show who it is to me. So, good morning, though. You're on time. The other half of us, you beat them out. So props to you. Oh, it's Chris. No, Chris, you're not on here.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't think you can dial in on this. I think they went to the old one.
Ooh, that could be because it was in the calendar.
Yeah, I went there too.
My bad.
So if you jump into Slack and you'll grab the new link.
Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know why it keeps posting. I tell it not to update all the events with the old link, and I don't know. That's why I always put it in Slack too, because I know that it gets a little confusing. What's up, Kat?
Good morning.
Chris is trying to figure out because I think he went to the old link too. Is that what happened with you? Did you go to the old? Yeah, my
I've
bad.
been sitting there for about 5. I'm like, this is not normal. Normally he's on 10 minutes. So why is
I admittedly I did the exact same thing. I was 10 minutes early.
Sorry.
With the old link. And then I happened to see the comment in Slack this morning. I was like, oh, different link. Let me grab it.
All right. I'm going to delete that link from all the future events. There's the lumberjack.
Hey.
What up? All right. Sorry. I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes waiting.
It's not you. It's me. All right. I deleted that link from all the future ones. Apparently, the old one went and I put it at all future events. That's why you guys saw it before I updated it. Anyway, I guess nobody has to sing I'm a Little Teapot then. I was kind of excited. I wanted to hear Catherine's operatic version of it. That'd have been awesome. Well, good morning, everybody. Start with a laugh. I like this. But I wasn't distracted laughing at all this stuff. I was supposed to be working on a quick update on the team meeting. The leadership meeting. I got the team meeting kind of outlined. I'm trying to figure out we're getting there on how to do this, but I guess we'll just kind of jump into it, huh? We'll wing it together like we seem to do every single week. We'll get this down. All right. Well, good morning to everybody who is tuning in right now. Welcome to R&R Home Team Leadership Meeting and the Mega Team Challenge, where we attempt to build a mega team in 1 year because, I don't know, Chris and I decided to do something insane. It's not like we were busy or had anything else going on in life. The Mega Team Challenge is where we have 10 capping agents, 40 million in volume, and 175 clients served in 1 year. The average mega team takes 5 to 10 years. We lost Catherine. She's like, I'm out. I forgot these goals are insane. So with that being said, kind of the reason behind this whole crazy thing of why we're up so early is we wanted to show people the raw and real side of building a team. It's pretty lackluster, honestly, most of the time. It's a lot of work and tedious aspects. But most of the time out in the public, you just see the richness, the reward, we're super big, we're on billboards, we have lots of transactions and things like that. And it's like, okay, but how did you get there? Like, give me the real inside look, because I want to know if I, even want to build a team. I want to know if I want to build a mega team. And so we said, well, guys, let's take our experience and our knowledge and combine it together and see if we can build a mega team in 1 year. Even if it takes us a little bit longer than a year, the goal is that we create a blueprint for everybody watching, for anyone who wants to know. You can see our mistakes. You can learn from us, hopefully save yourself time and money and loneliness and succeed faster and more efficiently than we do. So with that being said, let's introduce the amazing leadership team who continues to show up despite the fact that it's early and these meetings aren't that glamorous. So we got myself. I'm Robert Bean. I am the co-team leader and the guy who helps everyone with everything. That is not an understatement. I'm in the thick of it with whatever it is. Then we got Chris Rains, who is the co-team leader and designated lumberjack. Oh, and he does director of production as well. But he wears many hats, including beanies. Then we
It's up here. I'm on the way back home from Michigan, and I've been up for 2 hours.
That's it.
Driving. Well, we've been driving for 2 hours so far. So
My daughter, I swear, knows when it's like extra early days for me, because she decides to wake up 2 hours before me to make sure I'm not late. So then we got
awfully thoughtful.
we got Catherine Polsinelli, who's the director of operations and always saving our butts when things on the admin side kind of fall apart or aren't working. Always saving our butts. We got Walter Key, who is the director of Hawaiian shirts and director of coaching and time management. We do have Christian Santiago, who is the director of marketing and kind of systems and processes, like building them. But his wife had a baby recently, and so this is literally the time where he gets to rest. And so I said, go rest. You're no good to anybody if you don't. And so, yes, he is here and he's pitching in. He just is probably sleeping. What's up, Amy? Greetings from New Hampshire. Let's go. All right, last but not least is the amazing Carly Lane, who really is just doing a ton for me and helping me so much on the back end. And she is the director of outreach and just helping with a million things. So yeah, with that being said, let's just kind of jump into it. Guys, why don't you type in the chat some way that someone in the leadership team has supported you, helped you, encouraged you, been there for you this week. Walter, someone in the leadership team. And yourself doesn't count, okay?
I mean, it's Monday. The week just started. This is so much easier when Friday rolls around.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know, okay? I'm trying here. All right, so over the weekend, I don't know. Help me out. What should we do? Because I was actually thinking about this morning. I'm like, but it's Monday. What about something really excited for this week? I don't know, right? This is hard. Anybody got ideas? People watching, feel free to give us ideas. Normally we do gratitude and we say like someone in the leadership, how they helped you this week, but it's Monday. And so, I mean, granted, Chris, I got you, bro. I don't know. Who's got ideas? What do you guys think?
Monday might have to be a personal gratitude. Friday
Should we do that one? Should we do the self-appreciation one? Or just a regular personal gratitude? Regular personal gratitude. How about that? All right. If you have one from the leadership team for the weekend, throw it in there. If not, just something you're grateful for personally starting this week. You know, just thankful that you're starting this week with insert gratitude. Let's see. For me, I should probably, lead by example, huh? Honestly, I'm grateful for starting this week. We had snow again. I know some people here may not like that, but my daughter loves the snow, so I'm grateful that we got to go and have fun in the snow yet again. It was awesome. Oh, Chris is gone. He's like, I'm out. That's what I'm
He
grateful
said snow,
for.
and he's like, I cannot do this anymore.
Literally, right? But yeah, I'm definitely honestly grateful for the snow and grateful for waking up today because I didn't want to get up. Chris says he's grateful for me, Robert. That's my name. He found all his contacts that he thought had disappeared in Chime in our CRM. Chris messaged me on Slack, guys, and he's like, guys, Robert, all my leads are gone. I added 1,600 leads into Chime, and they've all been deleted. And I said, okay, well, that's not right. And he's like, yeah, man, I don't know what's going on. And I was like, give me your login. And see, he's missing the story. He's like, so he's not making his faces. And so then I logged into his CRM and I'm like, Chris, you have a filter on. And that filter shows 0 because the filter doesn't connect to anything. Oh, there he is. So Chris, we're just talking about your CRM story. And so then I just removed the filter and there's 1,697 leads. And
I mean, I didn't know.
Fail forward.
I clicked every button I could find trying to figure it out. And yeah, I thought they were definitely gone.
Clicked every button but the right one.
But the right one. That was the last button I guess I hadn't chosen.
That's all right. I got you, bro. I got you.
You hit the reset filter button.
Let's see. Walter says, all of you helped me get out of the bed this morning. I was not there, Walter, so I think you might be confusing me with someone else. Chris said it wasn't him either, so bro, I think you need to check your security cameras.
Help other people get out of bed. You're not that old.
He said it was too nasty to run outside, and if it wasn't for this meeting, he probably would have slept in and hate himself for being unproductive. Instead, he's up. He's very productive already over the last few hours, and he's ready to pounce. He said to pounce on this morning and just win. Did you get a haircut, Walter?
I did.
I'm grateful for your haircut because it looks sharp.
I was putting it off, and I had a little time yesterday, so I was like, I am getting my ears lowered. I'm going right now.
You're getting your ears lowered.
That's what we call it here when you get a haircut. Get our ears lowered.
Oh man, I was like, dude, that's like your ears are fine. It's okay. Like you can just leave them.
I can't be the only one out there that says I'm getting my ears lowered.
Nope, I've heard it
people.
before.
Chime in on the comments and let me know that you're with me on this.
Please, yeah. We got an aloha. Aloha, is that just? It doesn't show your name, but tell us. Anybody watching? Hey, where are you guys from? Amy says is with you, Walter. So I think she gets it.
Beautiful.
Maybe it's just me. Oh, it's Trevor. And Scott's here. Good morning, everybody. Man, I'm so happy you guys are here. It's so great to have you. All right, let's continue gratitude. Man, I'm getting distracted talking about lowering ears, you know. Chris also said he's grateful for the support of family and friends. Catherine says, grateful for time with my husband over the weekend. Oh, hi, Chris. Does he tune in? We should make him tune in because we're always gushing over him.
Normally, he's already headed to work at this time. So.
Is he? Don't worry. We're going to get him retired. And then he'll come work for you. Got to go to a movie and dinner and after some chores. After some chores midday Sunday. Okay. What did you go see?
The new Matrix.
Yeah. What was that face? I couldn't. It was like, I want to love it because it's the Matrix.
It was, yeah. It was nostalgic. We'll say that. But it wasn't bad. They spent a lot of time on explaining how we got to that point. So I guess probably catching up all the young people that don't know about the Matrix. So it wasn't bad, but they should have spent a little bit more time on it.
Yeah, you're like, listen. seen all the movies 5 times. Don't recap for me.
Still nice to get out of the house. But
Yeah. Let's see. Carly says, teacher's pet answer, but it's true. Thankful for all of these great resources you're providing to the marketing team, Robert. You always have great ideas, and you're always messaging us great references for us to review, learn, grow, and get better. Oh, stop. Get out of here with that. But okay, well, thank you. That was so sweet. Or as my daughter would say, "Oh, so sweet, so sweet." All right. Well, I don't have a good setup for you guys today, but what I'd love to do is just kind of just hit some bullet points. I'm really trying hard to figure out how to efficiently get these meetings mapped out, because I have to map out team leadership meeting twice a week, social media meeting twice a week, hump day huddle. And so like that's a lot of meeting agendas. And I'm trying really hard to make them more fun, more engaging, because let's be honest, like most meetings are pretty boring. And at the end of the day, something that my coach taught me is he's like, when you do a team meeting, you're competing for their attention. Like they still have the attention spans that they do. So you need to work for it. Like you need to put your best foot forward. A lot of meetings they're done as just these instructional videos, and then they wonder why nobody listens and learns. Well, it's because it's boring. Like, let's be honest, right? It's really hard to turn around and just go over a list. Box 1, box 2, box 3. And you're like, what box are we on? Can I just leave? So I'm trying on that. So if you guys have any ideas or suggestions on improving, let me know. I've got a really cool thing that we're gonna share in the team meeting today. But one of them is, you guys know, we started doing the motivational quotes. So what we're doing, my wife and I have been working on, mostly my wife, is we're going to have a social media template and copy of that motivational quote, so that everybody can then, after the meeting, go take it and have a piece of social media content made for them. Just to start off their week, right? Oh, here you go. Here's Monday. Here's a post already made for you, copies written, templates made, and so that's something we're doing. And I think it's kind of cool. I mean, we all struggle with having time to do copy and social media posts. And so I think it's a fun one to just get everybody engaged on Mondays. What do you guys think? You think that sounds kind of cool?
My wife likes it, so there's that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's the queen of social media, so her opinion definitely counts.
You got her attention over here as she's over here driving so nicely for the next 2 hours while I'm on a meeting. And if you saw my eyes got really big a minute ago, that's because she decided to go in between a wall, like a cinder block wall, and a tractor trailer that was driving way too close to our side of the road.
She ain't afraid.
She didn't care. She just kept barreling through. So
she said, "You know who I am." Anybody?
Let me guess, Chris. The wall was on your side, and you've got life insurance.
No,
right?
no. The wall was on her side, and the tractor trailer was on my side, and I was trying to get skinnier, and my eyes felt like they were about to pop out. So I felt like everybody on camera could see that, but it's very hard to make the car skinny. But for whatever reason, it's like intuition. Like I like suck in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So don't want your meeting to be boring. Just let me talk about random stuff.
Yeah, literally. Anybody who's listening, by the way, leave me a comment. What do you guys think? If you were, whether it's at a brokerage, on a team, or anything like that, if, let's say, at every meeting, at the end of the meeting, you got a really cool motivational quote, and then, at least I think they're really cool. And then you had a social media post, image and everything, like a template made for you and copy. Would that be convenient? Would that bring you any value and convenience and anything like that, let me know in the comments if that's something that you think is cool. I mean, your feedback's super appreciated. We're all just trying to build something special and new, and so let me know. All right, so I'm just gonna run over a couple updates on my end, guys, and then let's talk about kind of what we want to cover in the team meeting. Does that sound like a good plan?
Works
You
for
guys
me.
cool with that? I'm gonna get better at this whole making meeting agendas. It's hard. I'm learning. I'm also learning from. Oh, Scott says that could have some value after a meeting. Awesome. Thank you, Scott, for your feedback. That's what we're trying to do. So I'm going to talk to my coach and some of the other team leaders that I know, mega team leaders, get some feedback, because some of them, I ask them, I'm like, how many meetings are you doing? You're running a bunch of leadership meetings. Some of them they're like, I have a 15-minute meeting every day and that's it. Aside from the team meeting, they have a 15-minute meeting every day. They go over their top 3 items for that day, who needs help, anything like that. And then they move forward. I don't know if that would be better for us. Obviously for the live streams, we want to make sure that there's some content, but that would be us kind of figuring it out. But I'm going to kind of think about that. And if you guys think of anything as far as meetings go, let me know. And we can do some pretty cool stuff. I think we'll have more to talk about when we finally get these trackers and up and running, and we have reports to give, because then we can kind of have information and data to share and dissect. But I'm going to start going over one thing real quick. While I do that, if you guys could post something, even if it's from last week, that you learned that was valuable to give to the audience who might be thinking about building a team. So like Catherine, I know on the admin side, you've had some crap to deal with. All right. Share a problem you faced and a solution that came out of it. Walter, same thing. Carly, same thing. Chris, same thing. Type real quick if you can. Just something that you're like, I faced this problem last week. Large or small. Remember, this is the nitty gritty of what we do, right? A bunch of small problems create one giant one. So if we can address and help people address the small problems and fix them, we're gonna go a lot farther in serving them. I'll start with mine just to set an example. I learned to let certain things rest or go, and also to always maintain a level of professionalism and respect for others, no matter what. We had some difficult situations. Chris and Walter are particularly privy to some of them, and it was really hard. It was really hard to deal with this situation. And old me, when I received this very, very what would you call it, Chris? Being respectful, passive aggressive. I don't know. It didn't feel very passive.
My wife, she's like, difficult personality. Maybe that's what she's calling it.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that, because again, the goal here is to be professional, but also address real things that come up. So had a very difficult personality and situation to deal with, and old me would have saw that email and just rebutted everything. I'm a very literal, factual person, if you guys can't tell already. I believe in the facts, and like typically it's very hard to come after me with things that I know, because I have done the research and the work, and I have documentation. Like, I'm that guy. And it's probably super annoying for a lot of people. Just ask my wife. Like, but this person came after me, and old me would have just responded like in detail, very like pungent and in their face, like basically saying, you're wrong. I have the facts on my side. Well, we all know, what good would that have done? Nothing. It would have burned the bridge. It would have caused animosity. Clearly, it wouldn't be a display of me trying to put myself in their shoes either. And think about where they're coming from. Think about where the misunderstanding could happen. There's no room for improvement when the immediate response is, I did nothing wrong. You did everything wrong. And so I just let it be and said my prayers and talked to God and asked for some wisdom. You guys know where I stand on my faith. And the situation did not alleviate itself and resolve, but Chris will attest, and I think Walter will too if he's seen, but I sought kindness as much as I could possibly give. Now, I'm not complimenting myself as much as I'm saying it's a lesson
I'll
learned.
compliment you. It was impressive, and it takes a lot to impress me.
And so
I personally could not have held myself to that standard. My standard was don't respond.
And so here's the lesson learned, guys. Okay, we all heard the age-old like blah 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 blah. Treat others with kindness. Like, yes, that's important. I know. But let's break it down into a really unique thing that I didn't expect to happen. That did happen. A result that I did not expect. So here's what happened. I handled it the way I did with as much kindness and professionalism as I truly could squeeze out of me. Truly. With no negativity, not even an ounce of attacking. And I figured, okay, at least I can, whatever happens, I can say I did my best there. So as a team leader, great. All right, I'm not burning bridges. I'm setting a good reputation example. But here's the result I didn't expect that opened my eyes. I got a message from Chris. And Chris said, if you are handling this so well, I have an extremely difficult time seeing us arguing over much. You're being a true example of a leader and setting a standard most will never achieve. I'm enjoying this look into your conflict resolution and we're learning from you. As always, I'm honored to be serving together. Wow. That was the result I didn't even anticipate. I really didn't. I'm emotional right now. And it reminded me that it's not just about burning bridges or not with other people or proving other people right or wrong. It is the perception and the example that your partners, that your agents, that other people around you will see you. And that will be a testimony of how you will treat them if there is a conflict. And if I was awful, subconsciously, anybody involved who saw that said, I don't want to mess with Robert, but that's actually the wrong attitude. They should know that they could come and speak honestly with me. They should know, and they should know that I will do everything in my power to be as objective as possible. And so everybody, that's a great takeaway that I wanted to share with you. Lesson learned, like 1, let it rest. And then 2, man, opportunity to show everybody who trusts you, Walter and Chris in this particular situation, what kind of person I am. And so the same goes for any team leader, client leader, even when this is not just about agents. This is about a lender who drops the ball or is unprofessional. And your clients know how you respond to that letter. Yes, be firm, right? Handle, get the business done, but do it professionally so that your clients have that air of like, wow, they get it done. They're professional. So I hope that was a good lesson because it was a great lesson for me. And Chris, I'm so grateful that you were willing to share that because it really did open my eyes. I wasn't thinking about you in that moment, right? I was thinking about me, my hurt, my offenses. And then I had to set that aside and look at that. It had an impact I didn't expect. So felt like I went on a lot for that, guys. But I'm hoping that brought value because I think that's something that's not talked about in all the pep talk videos and lead gen videos online. Is I feel like conflict resolution and things like that are not really talked about. And honestly, it inspires me to where I think it'd be really neat if we had a segment or maybe this is part of our Monday meetings. Maybe we talk about a problem with people, vendors, or issues like that and how we resolve the conflict, not necessarily just the admin or the checkbox side of it, but like the actual emotional side, because that is a huge part of being a leader. Anyway, anybody listening, thanks for listening to that super long story. Let's get into some great examples from everybody else. Kat said, setting up TC access was a little bit of a challenge. Finally got in touch with a person that specifically deals with the admin TC side. We are now moving forward on setting up the account so it all works for the agents on the team. Catherine, thanks so much. So if there was a lesson learned, what would you say to get ahead of this next time for communication? Now, obviously, it's dependent upon how TCs are at a person's brokerage or whatever. But what's a quick word of advice for when you're getting a TC implemented into a team structure?
I definitely think that knowing the person that you're hiring, whether it's someone that's already done TC work before, maybe an agent that's wanting to do it, making sure you're having the proper conversations with them, and you're setting the expectations up front. One thing that Robert and I talked about a while back was our TC doing listing and buy side. Well, I had automatically assumed that's what we were doing. And he informed me that, he's dealt with some TCs before that specifically work with buyers or specifically work with listings. I've never dealt with that. So that wasn't something that I addressed, because again, I basically assumed. So making sure that you set those expectations. We're currently working through a checklist as well to make sure that the TC knows what they're supposed to be doing, but we also know what's going to fall back on the agents. So that way, in case we run into any issues down the line, there's something that's clearly defined that the team will have a copy of as well. And as far as implementing that, I think the biggest thing, it depends on your brokerage, right? Some brokerages, if you're a team, you have team access that's set up and you can use your TC to go into there. For some others that run smaller teams, right? For them, it may not make sense to pay for the additional to have team access. So I've seen where they allow their TC into like their dot loop and things like that. I would say be aware of those and just kind of pay attention to that. Also be very cautious as well, because when you are doing things like that, ultimately, right, you're trying to save money because you're building your team, but at the same time, you don't know who is working on what. So because everything's going to come across as you, which in the end can cause an issue, especially if your TC doesn't remember that they're the one that did it and you're not sure if you're the one that's done it. So, so that would be my word of caution.
That's amazing.
Or always talk with your brokerage, see if there's something that they can do, something they can help you out with, or if they have some type of team access that you can get set up with to make it easier. And so you have a log of knowing who's doing what.
Super smart, Catherine. I couldn't agree more. I think one of the biggest challenges Chris and I had to face when doing this is what's worth the cost and what's not. I think that's really hard because it's oh, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. But I look at these things and Chris and I were sitting down and we're like, okay, all right, how important is this? How important is this? If we don't do this now, will it negatively impact us later? Even if we can get away with the short term, will have a negative long-term effect. And I think part of the reasons why we decided dot loop and a TC right away and all these things is we realized that if we're going to effectively run things, we need to know what's happening with the contracts. We need to know the money coming in, the money going out. And so there were some areas where we're like, okay, we can deal with this later. But some of them up front, we were like, all right, even though we're building this team from scratch, which means there's not money coming in right away, we're going to invest in some of these things to go forward. So I love that. Let's see. Walter said, not that he learned it for the first time, but it reinforced that he can only help those who want to be helped. Whew. Ain't that the truth? Preach, sister. Lots and lots. If you guys don't know, Walter like pours into people at a super high level. There's a reason why we call him the director of coaching for the team. It's because like that's his thing. Like he just goes in and pours into people in every possible way he can. But that also means he has a ton of insight of how people respond to coaching and things like that. So he goes lots of coaching calls, agent interviews that were lined up but canceled without warning. Walter, how much do you charge for these? I forget. 10,000?
Exactly $0. So
wow. Okay.
I mean,
I'm starting to think
it's the investment of a person's time to get the knowledge and work through the problem they've got. So
I'm starting to think we need like a cancellation policy. It's free if you show up.
I should actually, that's genius. I should set the coaching is always free, but there's a $49 cancellation policy if you cancel within an hour of our meeting.
I mean, unless it's emergency, right? Like, I feel like, I think.
Do you run sales on those free trainings to like make them more affordable?
I don't know how I can make it more affordable than $0.
Can you do a bulk discount, Walter, where you pay me?
Right.
That's the only way left to go. But he said it's easy to take that personally and get frustrated with these people canceling on him without warning. Instead, he always attempts to maximize the opportunity to recapture time when it's present. And I'll tell you what, Walter, I agree. Like when I have an unexpected meeting where someone cancels me, I'm negative for like 5 seconds. I'm like,
Yeah, you got to
"Are you
move
kidding
on.
me? My time's valuable." And then I go, "Oh crap, my time's valuable. I can't waste time on this."
Yeah.
And then the polar opposite happens. I'm pumped. I'm like, "Holy crap, I just got 30 minutes or an hour back of my day that I didn't anticipate. Wow, mind blown. What do I get to do that I didn't plan on?" So I think there's 2 lessons there, Walter. One is having realistic expectations of people, and I think that's really solid. But I think I love, and we've talked about this and we preach this, and Walter, you're one of the best at living this example. Oh shoot, it is the 10-minute warning. Thanks, Carly. She's on it. And so is the attitude that you have on life. Crap's gonna happen. That's just the truth. But let me tell you, and I feel like almost this comes across as negative, but this is meant to be positive, constructive, is if your first inclination every time negative things happen is to go to Facebook and post about how awful negative things are, you have just maximized and open up opportunity for even more. Because do you know what people are going to do when you post that negative thing? They're not going to generally give you constructive feedback and help you be a better person. They're going to add their negativity into your negativity, and your 5 seconds of negative attitude will turn into 15, 20. But here's the thing. Now it's evergreen, guys. Then it's one comment 5 minutes later. Then 5 hours later, it's 30, 40, 50 comments of other people's negativity. That negativity, ping, it keeps pinging. It keeps coming into your day. And you, guess what? You go back and read those comments. You go back and make sure that the negativity you were trying to keep out is right back in front and center in your life. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Everybody is watching you when you make those posts. Your clients might see it. Future agents on your team, future agents that will be your partner. Go, and if you're going to vent constructively. Hey guys, I ran into this situation. It was really frustrating, but I want to get better at it. I want to know how to address this. Give me some feedback. Give me some constructive criticism on how you would handle this, how you would develop this so we don't see this again. And now all of a sudden, the comments and the pings that are coming back into your life, they're ones there to help you not have to deal with this again. I think that's a great thing, Walter. I love that you brought that up because it's so true. All right. Carly, last week I was reminded that in working with a team to be open to the strategy of others. In working with such a bad A team like this, I'm reminded that my way ain't the highway, and other people have excellent ideas, techniques, and ways of approaching things that I would have never thought of. Oh my gosh, Carly, I love that you bring this up because this is like the whole essence of what we do, right? So for those of us who don't know, like we have W Income Coaching, we have the Carbon Club, and we have R&R Home Team. They're all connected in some fashion. But the premise behind every single one of them is that the more wisdom, the more agents we bring into our community who share our core values and beliefs. Let's put it that way. That's our foundation. Share the core values and beliefs. The more that we are basically outsourcing the problems that we face in our industry. And we have more minds and more eyes and more solutions coming out because that's what we do. And honestly, we get amazing results. We really do. I have accomplished more in 2 weeks with you guys than I did with friggin' 2 years all on my own, because we're outsourcing this collective wisdom, this collective insight, but also encouragement. So that's a great point, Carly. I mean, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I love that. Chris, do you have anything that you want to share, a lesson learned, problem that you faced and the solution for it? If you're there.
I think you covered. I'm here. I think you covered it pretty well. I don't know that I had any other major problems over the
Check
weekend.
the filters in your CRM. That's
Well, you fixed that. Yeah, I mean, you covered both of those already. So
That's his lesson for. All right, guys. So we're getting close to wrap up before we head off to our team meeting. So I'm going to go over kind of the outline for the team meeting today, and then you guys tell me if for any of your particular departments and areas, if there's anything you need to add in or interject. Yeah. So in the middle of this meeting, I thought of how about we do our normal intro, blah, 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 but for the gratitude, the first gratitude, because now we do two, something they loved about their weekend. I think, again, just saying like that, appreciate what you have. So I think going in and saying something they love about their weekend would be cool. Doing a couple updates about what we're working on with the Slack, how we're building that up for some resources, kind of just reminding them like, here's some cool resources. I know there was some, hey, where are these EXP resources and things like that. So I thought I'd do a quick screen share. Like we're talking like a minute. Hey guys, just so you know, check these things. There's is where you find them. Like really quick and simple, nothing too long. GIF of the week. We actually have people posting. So I figured in real time with the team, we would just literally say, all right, everybody go place your vote. Like, and then just have them go vote and then see who the winner is. I'm actually pretty stoked. We've got some pretty funny ones that came out. So I'm pretty excited for that. Then we're going to have an agent come in and talk about how through her social media, she attracted a client, organically, which is super awesome. So she's going to share a little bit about what exactly she did to do that. I'm going to talk a little bit about handling multiple offer situations. We've already got agents that are coming in with listings and things like that. Super proud of them. Some of them are newer. So I figured a quick lesson where I talk about a unique strategy that I take, because we all know that like when multiple offers come in, there's a lot of parameters and things can shift and change. What happens if you have a deadline of Saturday night, but a multiple offer comes in on Monday with an expiration of Tuesday? Okay. Do you counter? What if it's really good? Do you accept? What if they haven't seen the home? Now you got liability of the fact that they'll see it sight unseen and figure out a way to get out if they don't like it. So I want to go over, because I had some of these scenarios come up, and kind of how I approach them, just to give a quick learning lesson. Then go into gratitude again. One thing that they're super excited for in their business this week. I think that's something that would be really cool is get an idea of like, what are you guys excited for? I'm excited to do this or try this or learn that. Awesome. Can't wait. Then Chris is going to come in and talk a little bit more about some of the ways he converts Facebook leads from the Facebook groups for the team, and just give a little bit more insight, because that's our main lead gen source. I try to make sure we have a little bit of training on that every week, as well as the daily support and encouragement, but also just like, here's some reminders and refreshers, asking everybody if they need any help. Then the motivational quote, mentioning about the template and everything like that. I think that's so cool. And then, of course, the end. So anybody have any thoughts, suggestions, feedback, or things they need to go over or add in? Don't be shy.
The only thing I would suggest would be, because we're in the process of still getting the TC access set up, would be notating anyone that's got anything under contract to make sure that we're figuring out how to add you guys as the co-team leads in SkySlope until we can get her access fully in. Once that's done, it'll all be done under the team. They'll have a list and everything like that. But currently, from my understanding with the people I was talking with, it's on an individual basis, which means they need to be listing you guys to make sure things are done properly.
All right. So would you be comfortable just talking about this real quick in the team meeting? Sweet. Okay. So I'm just going to put literally your name and notes about TC work. Is that good?
Okay. It works.
Sweet. Chris, Walter, anything you guys need to go over in the team meeting?
Not this week.
Sweet. Chris?
I don't think anything else new other than what I'm already going over, I believe.
Sweet. All right, guys. Well, scale from 1 to 5, how productive did you think this meeting was? And then for the audience, scale to 1 to 5, how did you think, let's see, how do I put this? Engaging, valuable, entertaining? Like, give me some feedback. What did you think of this meeting today? We're trying to make it more engaging. We're trying to create these bite-sized pieces of like, go take this and apply it. So give us some feedback for anybody listening, watching to this. What'd you think? And what's some things that you would have liked to see us cover? Maybe you would want us to talk about some of the financial sides of a team more often. So please, if you're a team leader, or just an agent, or maybe you're thinking about joining a team, would love to get your feedback. We're always trying to grow and improve. And Amy, thanks for the comment. She said, sounds like a good meeting agenda. Looking forward to getting into Tennessee license and joining in. Woo woo. Let's go, Amy. Can't wait.
Amy, good morning.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, thanks for everybody who tuned in. Please, like I said, leave a comment with anything you'd like us to cover. Scott, thanks so much, man. We're so excited. Yeah, every Monday and Friday, 7 a.m. Central, we go live, sharing you the ins and outs of building a mega team from scratch, the truth behind it, the painstaking sides of it, so that you can hopefully learn from us, grow from us. We actually invite our own team members to these because we want them to see how transparent we are about these things and where our hearts are at for growing and supporting them. So feel free to share this with anybody, ask questions, give constructive feedback. If you got suggestions, we want to learn. Like give us some suggestions from your perspective. With that being said, we're wrapping it up. See you guys in a few minutes at the team meeting. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. Can't wait to see you guys on Friday. Bye.